Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to today's session there DCUO commentary. I am bringing this video here today for you guys to let you all know a couple of things. One, most importantly, update 28 is going on starting today. The servers should be down at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. They're expecting them to be down for about 5 hours. Sometimes it's a little less than that. Sometimes, it could take a little longer. We don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long, though, because a lot of people are interested in this update. Also, I want to let you guys know, in case you didn't notice already, there is a PS3 sale going on right now. So, a lot of things are half off right now in the marketplace. I know there's like respec tokens, replay badges, bank and inventory slots. I've got a lot of bank and inventory now, thank God. I've been needing it. But yeah, a lot of things are half off right now in the marketplace, including some of the Legends tunes and everything. Highly recommend and all that. If you got some money on it, definitely you want to take advantage of these PS3 sales whenever they come around, because they have a hard time getting them out there to us, uh, on the PS3. So definitely take advantage of these sales when they come around. Go out there and buy up a bunch of stuff. Anyways, let's get into the meat of this. Update 28. All right, getting a lot of things done with Update 28. As you may have noticed and all that, the little ships are still out there in the out there in the waters around Metropolis and all that. But the Tides of War event is over. Actually, they took it out today. The ships are still out there for some reason, but you can't do the event or any of the open world missions. Also, with this update, we are getting the Tier 5 rings are going to be socketed now. We're going to get tank rings are going to have blue sockets with a dominance bonus. Healer rings will have a yellow socket with a restoration bonus, and controller rings will receive yellow sockets with a vit bonus. DPS rings are coming with a red socket with a precision bonus. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, because as you can tell by this video right here, Tier 5 content's mostly ranged, for the DPSs out there, so it would be more beneficial to have the might. I don't know if they're going to add that in later or not. We'll have to see. Maybe with DLC 8. Who knows? Also, with this update, we're getting 2v2 Legends Lair battles. So you'll be able to do 2v2 Lair battles with Legends. Not sure if they will count towards the Lair battles feats or not, but we'll have to see. See, they're doing some targeting improvements and all that. So you guys know how it happens sometimes, where you'll be fighting somebody in PvP, or even fighting an ad in PvE, and you'll take down that ad and there'll be an ad right next to it, but you'll target an ad way off in the distance. They are working on putting some fixes in to take care of that. So that doesn't happen anymore. Target systems also going to now react better when changing targets while channeling certain abilities, including the light minigun and the light fan, and most basic weapon attacks. So, hard light guys, sorry. Anyways, also moving on here, the combat vulnerability tuning improvements they're putting in here. You're going to notice persistent icons for the 3 weapon vulnerability states: the vulnerable to block, vulnerable to interrupt, and vulnerable to block breaker. If you guys have seen any of the test server videos out there, that's a little symbol is going to pop up over their head, like a pounding fist, down on the ground, is going to pop up there for the if somebody's lunging, I believe. A shield's going to, for if they're blocking, and a little target, I think, for if they're throwing a block breaker or not. So that's coming in there. So now you're going to know when people are doing these things and all that. So because people are getting so good at clipping and all that, especially with the block breakers, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Also, coming up here, the movement tree ability improvements. What they've done is they've taken certain movement abilities, powers, and all that, and they've made it to where they will counter certain role-specific buffs and all that. Basically, be able to debuff people and everything like that. I'm going to get more into that here in a minute. But they've also adjusted the movement skill trees so that all movement types will be granted all movement enhancements for a 1-point investment, which I think is awesome. That's 6 free skill points right there. That's gonna free up a lot. I'll get more into the movement tree abilities they've changed here in a little bit though. Also, the Speed Force ruptures. You guys see them out there in Metropolis and Gotham and all that. They've taken those out of Metropolis and Gotham. Those are going to be in Central City from now on. So, if you are still doing those missions and everything, you'll have to go into Central City to take care of those. Let's see, also they're introducing the vote to excuse and vote to disband for PvE. This is basically a way for you to like say, look, I don't want to be in this instance anymore, but I don't want it to have the deserter penalty. You can vote to disband the instance, or you can vote to kick yourself out, basically. So that's a good thing too. Also, they're coming out with they're bringing back the Link Death. Link Death is a feature that's going to allow players a small grace period to log back into the game when they are incorrectly disconnected. Like we've all had it. It's going to give players a chance to return to their group and get back in the action more quickly. Also, once your character is linked dead, you must log in to that character before you are allowed to switch to another character. So you have to log back into that character in order to. Several patches and all that. Link for the patch notes will be in the description below, along with some of the things that I'll be talking about here. In particularly the skills with the whole new movement mode debuffs that they're bringing into the game here. You guys have heard me talk about this in a previous video and all that, but I'm gonna bring them all to your attention again with this one here. For acrobatics, all right, the following moves are going to be debuffs, and I'll list off the certain roles that they debuff. Grapple line and glide movement. Well, okay, first off, grapple line and glide movement abilities are now automatically granted when you purchase rocket assisted glide. Skill point boxes for these abilities have been removed from the tree. These are the debuff abilities now. Forward flip attack now also removes controller's type shielding effects from one target regardless of role. When the target is in controller role, their VIT is reduced, hampering their ability to restore power to allies and themselves. Throwing knives now also removes tank type defensive effects from one target regardless of their role. And zip tie attack now also removes healing type shielding effects from one target regardless of role. When the target is in healing role, their ability to heal is reduced. Alright, see here. Flight's whirlwind attack now also removes controller type shielding effects from one target regardless of role. When the target is in controller role, their VIT is reduced, hampering their ability to restore power to allies and themselves. Swoop attack now also removes tank type defensive effects from one target regardless of role. Downdraft now also removes healing type shielding effects from one target regardless of their role. And when the target is in healing role, their ability to heal is reduced. Downdraft now causes instant damage. Knockdown is no longer vulnerable to interrupt and no longer has a casting time. Thank you. This was the only movement mode that had a casting time and it was interruptible, and I'm glad they've taken that out. See here, speed drain. The inertial flywheel movement ability is now automatically granted when you purchase Speed Force, and this box has been removed from the tree. Vortex Trap now also removes controller type shielding effects from one target regardless of the role. When the target is in controller role, their VIT is reduced, hampering their ability to restore power to allies and themselves. Cyclone Push now also removes tank type defensive effects from one target regardless of the role. Tornado Pull now also removes healing type shielding effects from one target regardless of role. When the target is in healing role, their ability to heal is reduced. Alright, so those are the changes, the major changes they've done with this update in regards to the movements and all that, and adding these debuffs in there. Personally, I think they're a really good thing for balancing out the 1v1s and the 2v2s in PvP, simply because it gets kind of annoying going in there. Even as a tank power myself, it gets very annoying going in there against these earth and ice tanks, and the fire tanks too. It's ridiculous. Now all I gotta do is just hit them with a swoop attack, and they're just as squishy as I am. So they still all got all that extra toughness on their armor though, so it's not too bad. Also, some weapons changes and all that. I'm actually kind of happy with a couple of these. The channel weapon attacks can now be held for their full duration, even if the target is knocked out. See here, brawling, jump canceling, stomp smash before it fully completes. will also reduce the window of interrupt vulnerability to 0.85 seconds. The shield jump canceling sidearm throw before the attack fully completes will also reduce the window of interrupt vulnerability to 0.85 seconds. And two-hander jump canceling hammer throw before the first attack hits will reduce the window of interrupt vulnerability to 0.85 seconds. So, kind of cool things right there going on with the weapons and all that. I'm really appreciating the brawling and shield ones, mostly. But that's basically the stuff that I want to talk about there. There's some other patches in here and everything like that. Some like tweaks and everything like that. Those are going to be in the patch notes. The link will be in the description below for you guys. Definitely check that out. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all these changes and all that. Which ones you're happy with, which ones you're not, and I'd like to know why you're happy about them and why you're not happy about them. All right, let me know about that in the comments below. If you liked the video, please do so by giving it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Until next time, you guys all take care. Bye.